Let me ask this real quick. What do you think about saying that transgenders can't buy guns?
Yeah, I think that that's ridiculous, right?
Why?
Because the Second Amendment protects people's individual right to own guns. Right?
Yeah, but what if they're a biochemical engineered ticking time bomb to Christian children?
Well, me, I didn't consider that. The issue is that conservatives don't care about fixing crime, and conservatives don't care about making cities safer. They're just racist, and they say a lot of racist words. But liberals are petrified of saying things like, the reason why more black people are in jail than white people is because more black people commit crime than white people per capita. Well, sometimes the judges aren't fair. Yeah, sure. You think that accounts for how much of it? What percentage? What percentage of the difference in convictions is because of racism? 95, try like 5% maybe, okay? Now, if you don't talk about sexism, women, okay? And there it might be. But, white women only though. Oh God, Pisco and Tim Pool.
El Grit.
Who the hell gave this guy a law degree? That school should lose its credibility. Jesus Christ. Yeah, compared to Tim Pool, the expert on all things legal.
Show has been canceled in Chicago because ICE is being sent in. And so this is a Mexican Independence Day festival in Grant Park. They're shutting it down because they're concerned about widespread ICE raids, which is just weird for a lot of reasons. But that's not the principal issue we're here to discuss. We're here to discuss the deployment of the National Guard in Chicago and other cities, and whether it is the...
How can... Oh my God.
People might say that.
No, but what I'm saying is the underlying assumption that to do an insurrection, that either colloquially or under the historical legal frameworks, that is what is needed to qualify as an insurrection, that you would need to overthrow the government. Like, why is the assumption?
We've pulled up a numerous
where are you getting this definition that insurrection means to overthrow the government? Where are you getting
that was semantic during the New York Times, CNN, MSNBC.
Where are you getting the notion?
New York Times, CNN, MSNBC.
So New York Times, CNN said that insurrection means you're overturning the government. That's what insurrection means.
That's literally, yes.
No,
so during this the court case over whether Donald Trump was disqualified under the 14th Amendment for insurrection, the corporate press was running the line. Their narrative was, that's why I said it's colloquial or semantic as opposed to the legal. That's why the distinction was that Trump tried to overthrow the U.S. government. And that's what the 14th Amendment meant because of the Civil War. That was the public debate.
But the South wasn't trying to overthrow the Washington, D.C. government.
I agree.
In the Civil War. So
Fuck. Pisco needs to bring up, I don't know if he does it or if they've already done it. In every court where they litigated the subject matter, it was found that Trump had engaged in insurrection, by the way, as far as the 14th Amendment was concerned. The reason why he wasn't held accountable is because the Supreme Court decided that the Section 3 didn't apply to anything because they didn't like it. That was the ruling. We don't like Section 3, so we're just going to say that it doesn't matter and it doesn't apply to anybody anymore unless Congress does something about it, which is bullshit. So they never litigated on the issue of, was it an insurrection? Do people have the right, do states have the right to determine that? They never touched that issue. The Supreme Court didn't.
So if you're saying that they're referencing the Civil War and that they're incorporating the Civil War.
Hey, don't look at me. This is the debate.
No one was arguing that insurrection means you're trying to overthrow the government. And that's the absurd argument that Trump was trying to say. Trump was trying to argue in court saying to be an insurrection, you need to really try to overturn the government.
That's what the liberals were saying.
No, that's not what the liberals were. Liberals were saying it's a lesser standard than that. That's why they were trying to disqualify.
Oh, that's ridiculous, dude.
No,
the idea that you could disqualify a candidate for being a BLM right is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
BLM right? Oh, are they really going to get into this? They can't.
You know, wait, hold on, wait. I agree with you.
It applies to previous oath takers.
Yeah, it's narrow. See? It's narrow. People wanted to say that it's wide, but it's a narrow type of standard that you're applying. They say, oh, well, this is so overly burdensome. It would apply to so many people. Tim Pool tried to do it with the BLM right thing. But Pisco's correct. It's narrow at 2 points. It only applies to prior oath takers. One. Now, you can argue maybe that the definition of insurrection or aiding or abetting an insurrection might be wide. That maybe is the wide part. But then it also would only apply to people who are taking a future office that would require you to take the same oath. So it's narrow for who would have been qualified for even having this determination. And then it's narrow going forward for who would require if you're, yeah.
Agree.
So do you agree that Jan 6 is an insurrection?
Yes.
Wait, but unironically, you think Jan 6 is an insurrection?
Yeah, Trump shouldn't be allowed to run ever.
I know, but you're being ironic now. But
I'm not.
I'm totally asking you for real.
I'm actually being an opportunist.
Okay.
Because I'm going to use this to disqualify every single Democratic candidate who said anything good about BLM on TV ever. That's what he wants to say.
Trump's disqualified. And if that means he's out next year, okay. Because holy shit, that disqualifies someone.
Well, he's not looking so good, is he? Health-wise.
That disqualifies the Newsom. It disqualifies so many of these people. It's amazing. I'm down. Let's go. I'm agreed.
So you're agreeing with the meaning of a word based on how you intend to use it?
Yep.
That's how you guys are doing.
Well, don't you criticize
should we disqualify
lefties for saying you define women however you want to meet with what you think is correct?
Should Kamala Harris be disqualified from ever holding office?
No, of course not. She didn't engage in
insurrection. Yes, she did.
Yeah, she did. Actually, one time she retweeted a bail fund. That's what she said. The Minnesota bail fund. Is that going to be it?
Funded these people.
No.
There it is. Say it. Do it.
First of all, we can talk about that specific tweet where
do it. Pisco knows it.
She retweeted a bail fund.
Bail is not illegal, dipshit. How could it possibly be an insurrection if it's bail? It's bail. What? That's left to the judge's determination if someone even qualifies for it.
Engage in insurrection.
So I don't think engagement in insurrection also has a historical legal definition, and it doesn't include pushing for people to have relief.
The argument is Donald Trump engaged in insurrection because he used a lighter standard under the law than I say Kamala Harris applies.
You actually think about, Tim, what the standard is. You actually have to think about what the standard is, though. Like, the standard isn't just it's a lower standard so anyone can fall under it. You need to actually apply the standard. But it's all to show that, like, if he wants to invoke the Insurrection Act, he should do so. He hasn't invoked the Insurrection Act, and so we should assess his actions deploying the National Guard under the legal frameworks.
If Donald Trump doesn't get to be president anymore, but it means that any Democrat who's ever supported a riot can't run for office, I'm down.
Okay, but
Republicans tend not to do that. Not that I like
mere support is not engagement in insurrection all the time. But I do want to
let's bring it back to Chicago.
Yeah, let's go to Chicago. So that deployment, if he's anticipating using the military to enforce civilian law, you don't have a problem with that as a libertarian?
No.
So,
but there's like so many things that he doesn't understand. Like a lot of people don't even realize that that's like just not what the military's for. You do not join the military to do law enforcement against U.S. citizens. That's just not generally what you do. It's not what you do. Like, if you think about it, what is the military for domestically? It's really for like two big situations. One is to help the people for like national disaster relief. Maybe you'll deploy, Army Corps of Engineers or whatever, Engineer Corps or whatever, or military for help there. Or two is to like keep the peace because it's like an insurrection or rebellion, right? Almost Civil War-ish type, right? That's it. It's not for arresting citizens. I don't even know if the military can arrest citizens, or maybe they get deputized. Can I get arrested by a guy in the fucking army? Are you going to take me to the MPs? Like, I don't know if you can even do that. Actually, I don't think they have the authority to. That's why in D.C. they weren't carrying weapons, or they're just there to stand by and watch.
You wouldn't have a problem with them doing it in Tennessee, or doing it in Arkansas, or doing it in these red states that have higher crime rates.
Depends on the circumstances.
Why do the red states have higher crime rates?
I'm assuming you want to say. I'm assuming you want me to say because there are black people there.
There's a lot of strength.
Oh, is that what he just said? Why do they have high crime? Ugh.
I think he was specific.
Why does that matter? Who cares? So then you'd send the military to those places?
You're specifically saying some cities in these red states have higher crime.
Some cities in these red states have higher crime than DC.
Yeah, I don't think it's saying red states have higher crime.
Yeah, because of strength.
Yeah, why?
Diversity being our greatest strength.
Yeah, so whatever the cause is.
It's always the shortest dicked fucking losers that rest on this fucking racial purity IQ shit. One time can one of these guys be like an accomplished like if Albert Einstein, who's a fucking Jew supremacist or white supremacist, whatever the fuck, okay, fine, I get it, right? Or just somebody with, but not these fucking losers. God, it's fucking pathetic.
We're just talking about whether we support the deployment. So I'm just asking you.
I got red states to make a political point there. That's the point.
No, I'm saying red states in terms of
God,
the
and a
reason.
bonger races. These are like the worst kinds of dude. Bongers send their worst like social degenerates, the rad femmes, the turfs. And then like the weird fucking like race realist people. Why we always get the worst from the bongland. Why? I guess they know that's why the real bongers come here and they infiltrate and then they act like they're American. The fucking actors do.
Why he's not deploying red states is because he has relationships with these governors, and that's why he's doing it.
Yeah,
it's political.
I don't think he was saying red states have higher crime. I think he was saying there are some red states that have cities with high crime Trump's not deploying to.
Right,
and we all know why.
I do have to bring this up. It's kind of a non sequitur, but I think it's relevant to the zeitgeist and the shift culturally. I've been talking about how on Instagram, have you seen these Instagram viral threads? There's the George Floyd ones. And
George Droid, those ones.
There's those. Yeah. But there's like, I call it Floydgate, where now I think we're seeing largely like Indian people are making any AI George Floyd videos. It's one thing when Derek Chauvin's stealing fried chicken from George Floyd. Mm-hmm. It's another when
I don't even this isn't even fun to argue. That's why I'm saying this is so boring. It's not even fun to argue. Like, let's talk about Trump sending the National Guard to states to enforce, his like control in the United States. It's not like this. Why are we like pretending that it's for high crime or pretending like this is bullshit? It's like, I don't even want to call it a facade because it's not even, they don't even try. And then meanwhile, all the liberal commentators and all the centrist fucks are like, wow, Trump has ingenious political instincts. Like that's fucking crazy. It's so fucking insane that Trump figured out that he could navigate this whole new environment. It's like some guy walking into a fucking preschool and a kid, and then everybody claps like, my God, how did he figure out that sex technique? It's like, no, they're all pedophiles. It's not that Trump discovered something crazy. It's just that we realize, Republicans are demons. There's nothing ingenious about this. He's just insane.
It's just George Floyd with his baby and his baby saying dada, which is like, it's getting crazy. But there's a string of videos that are appearing on Instagram that are just racist jokes and targeting everybody. There's videos making fun of fat white trash people, but a lot of these anti-Indian, I shouldn't call it anti-Indian, but mocking Indians, where it's like, there's one where a judge goes, for scamming, you are being sentenced to a 15-minute shower. And the Indian guy goes, no, please, not a shower. And then it shows an Indian guy screaming in a shower. They have millions of views. The reason I bring this up is there was a video that my friend told me about, who is not political. This is a dude who does not engage in politics at all and knows nothing about it. And he said Instagram suggested a Nick Fuentes reel where Fuentes was saying everybody knows that the crime is coming from the black neighborhoods. Nobody wants to live there. He says it's irresponsible to bring your wife and child to black neighborhoods. And everybody knows when you talk about shootings and crime, you're talking about black people in black neighborhoods. That has millions of views. And people I know that, like, again, I'm stressing this, who don't engage in politics on Instagram, who are watching videos of Legos and Star Wars, got recommended that. That is crazy that Instagram is promoting that in their algorithm and that people are sharing it. And all the comments were like, Fuentes is right.
Yeah.
So what do you think
That's
about
crazy, chat. There is somewhat of an issue here. I thought of the solution, though. I know how to fix it, okay? No criminologist and no state will follow my plan because it would actually fix the problem, okay? But this is what you have to do, okay? You need to create the most hardcore implicit bias tests, okay? And you need to get the most insane psychological profiling screening, MRI, whatever the fuck you have to do, brain imaging techniques, advanced AI in the cloud with algorithms, okay? And you create the most DEI woke police force possible. Okay. Nobody could accuse these people of being horrible. These are your enforcers. All right. Now, your strategists, the people that tell people where to go patrol crime, these people are the most racist, evil, all the racial slurs, hates everybody. Okay. These are your policymaker / schedule assignment people. Okay. You have them draw up the plans and then you make these people enforce it. Never the two shall meet. And then that's it. Okay. There we go. Problem solved. All right.
that? So
I'm saying that the perception, when you brought up, you made the comment to Connor about saying something about black communities, whether it is true or not is not material to what I'm pointing out. I'm pointing out that there is...
What does that solve exactly? The issue is that conservatives don't care about fixing crime, and conservatives don't care about making cities safer. They're just racist, and they say a lot of racist, retarded fucking shit. But liberals are petrified of saying things like, the reason why more black people are in jail than white people is because more black people commit crime than white people per capita. Okay? I don't even know how many liberals would admit that. Well, at least progressives. None of them will admit that. They'll say, well, there's disparate racial policing thing. And I think that, well, because they're not in every neighborhood equally. Yeah, no shit, they're not. Why the fuck would police be in every neighborhood equally? What a stupid fucking suggestion. You want to send police to Regency? You want to send them to billionaire neighborhoods? Do I need police in fucking West Hollywood? No. What a retarded thing. You send them where the fucking crime is, obviously. Well, sometimes the judges aren't fair. Yeah, sure. You think that accounts for how much of it? What percentage of the difference in convictions is because of racism? 95. Try like 5%, maybe, okay? Now, if you don't talk about sexism, fuck women, okay? And there it might be. But white women only, though, so far. Liberals or whatever, or progressives or whatever, just seem to not want to have honest conversations about crime enforcement. Like, I have a stronger opinion now. Maybe I'll revisit this or do more formal research. I'm pretty sure broken windows policing worked. I think that was actually like a good approach to stuff. But you have to be careful you don't let actual fucking racists get a hold of your policy or get a hold of your enforcement. But you need to enforce problem areas, okay? Areas where crime are more likely to happen. It's good to have cops there. It's good to have enforcement there. Pretty sure like every single stat book in the fucking universe will tell you that when you put more cops in an area, the crime fucking goes down. Now, those areas tend to be poorer or higher income disparity. And those areas tend to, unfortunately, be inhabited by more minorities versus white people. I mean, that's the stats. That sucks, but it's true. But like everybody is better off for it to enforce these areas, okay? But it's an impossible conversation to have.
Less search and seizure protections than white people. And you said, I just want to be clear, I'll give you an opportunity to retract it. Black people should have lower rights under that search and seizure.
Lower rights. You're being very disingenuous.
Go for it. Yeah.
I'm saying there should be,
I don't understand. Pisco is a sociopath.
Lower rights under that search and seizure.
Right.
Arguing with this fucking guy, the bonger dude.
You're being
just look at, oh my God. Holy shit.
Very disingenuous.
Go for it. Yeah.
I'm saying there should be,
lower for everybody, because right now you've got a ton of murder, and those who are innocent will be protected. You have
so white people should be treated the same as black people. Is that right?
Hang on. Legally speaking, that's fine, but you would be justified in certain neighborhoods which are disproportionately black to have a harsher search and seizure policy, like as in more police presence, more stop and search, because it would save lives.
But hang on, a presence.
And you could do it based off of region.
If you're
then the region, like it or not, overlaps with ethnicity.
Okay, but
what's the
I don't know. He's British, so I don't trust him, but this. Kind of true.
A deployment.
You don't need to
get cops watch out.
You could do a deployment based on crime, and it happens to coincide.
But it's not going to happen to coincide.
But that's not what you said.
No, it's not going to happen to coincide. That's just the honesty about it. You're going to deploy it to black neighborhoods to save the lives of black people and other people that.
Let me ask this real quick. What do you think about saying that transgenders can't buy guns?
Yeah, I think that's ridiculous, right?
Why?
Because the Second Amendment protects people's individual right to own guns. Right?
Yeah, but what if they're a biochemical engineered ticking time bomb to kill Christian children?
Well, fuck me. I didn't consider that. Jesus Christ. Okay, this guy's worse than the Brit. Sorry. You know what? I can't. I'm good. I'm good on this.